What's up everybody, this is moto-SLAVE and I'm here to give you a tour of my studio, Super Dimension. So let's get started. Over here we have the Yamaha DX7 II. This is a digital FM synth. Very popular throughout the 80s. It's pretty crazy to program, but very versatile. I'm going to do a tutorial on how to program this a little bit later in the month. Back there we got a guitar and a bass. Don't use those very often, but sometimes. Right here we have the Roland JX3. This is one of my favorite synthesizers. I'm also going to do a tutorial of this one, but I guess for now I'll just show you the a little bit of what this thing can do. Now there's no arpeggiator, that's the onboard sequencer doing those arpeggios, which comes in handy. And then down here we have the bigger brother of the 3P. This is the JX8P. It's a little bit more versatile in terms of programming than the 3P. It's got a different sound, very usable. I use it in a lot of tracks. It's got aftertouch, velocity sensitivity, which this 3P does not have. Portamento, you know, all the bells and whistles that you want. Then over here, you might recognize this is the Microkorg. This is probably the newest synth that I have in my collection. It's very versatile. It's a good go-to synth. You can do a lot with it. It's got a lot of modular patching capabilities. Anyway, I also use the vocoder on that a lot in my tracks. And this is probably the jankiest synth in my collection, but also sometimes the best. I've been using this one pretty much since I started. It's a Yamaha PSS 460. It's basically a really stripped down DX7, just maybe single operator, something like that. It's got a nice lo-fi sound to it. It's a preset synth, but you can modify all the presets with these knobs here, or sliders here. So you can actually do a lot of pretty cool sounds on it. Throw some effects on that and it's pretty much, you know, steals the show every time. So I'm never going to get rid of that one as much as I may want to, because it's pretty hideous looking. Then you move down here, got the Dr. Sample, the SP202 sampler. Don't use it all that often, but you know, it's got a decent filter on it, some effects. I use it from time to time, but not so much recently. Back here we got the Rocktron Banshee talk box. Tube goes up here to my little microphone thing. Do the Roger Troutman type shit on there. And right here we have basically, this is a multi-effects processor. It's also got some tube amp emulations on here, which is pretty useful. I use this on a lot of shit. It's pretty ghetto, but sounds cool. It's supposed to be for a bass, but whatever. I use it for synths. Then the Boss DS1 distortion pedal from ye olden days when I played guitar. Still works pretty good with synths. Here we have just a regular old turntable, belt driven. It's not a fucking Techniques 1200s, whatever. It's just for sampling. I don't scratch on this thing or anything. Just listen to tunes and sample. And here I have my mixer. This is a Behringer Eurorack 16 track mixer. You know, a lot of people shit talk Behringer, but you know, I haven't had any problems with this mixer, so it does me right. Then I do most of my producing on headphones. My wife actually got me these AKGs for Christmas, so thanks, babe. Then probably can't see the screen here. My production studio here is Sony Acid. Not very glamorous, but it's what I've been using for the last 15 years or so. So it's grown along with me, and you know, can't get rid of it. So that's pretty much it. I get most of my stuff done with this setup here. Not very glamorous, but it does the job. And of course I use a lot of VSTs and you know, tricks inside the computer, but you know, most of the stuff takes place here. Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in for my tutorials later in the month.